Can anyone tell me what in the world is wrong with the shaders right now? Why is my factory... Oh my god, I nearly just fell off. Holy Jesus Christ, that was close. But why in the world is my factory like 5 different shades of orange right now? Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory with me, Spacefish, and welcome back to our megafactory that... if I fall off at this point, I will probably instantly die. I have in the last episode with you all built this huge construct up here. We're getting some metal, well no, some steel parts going right here, and we are getting, importantly, automated wiring produced up here now finally, which means that we have started saving up parts for the next phase on our space elevator, because we've pretty much researched everything that we could have researched up until this point, so we do need to advance a bit further right there. But with that said, that does not really quite mean that we have literally actually made all the things we can at the moment, because if we check right here, you can see there is actually still motors left to make. And for motors, not the most complicated recipe in the world. We only need 2 rotors and 2 stators. The thing that I'm slightly worried about, though, is actually getting the amount of stators that I need, because currently we're making like... well, we're making actually 5 a minute, which is maybe not too bad. We're making 5 a minute. We're using 2.5 a minute. It's interesting, and well, the 2.5 that we're not using are currently flowing into here, but we also have got another junction right here with this conveyor splitter that we can probably use to actually continue with making motors. So I think that may be something for us to take on this episode. To be honest, I have to say I would kind of actually really like to just make the stators here. Not the stators, the motors are here. Because we do theoretically have space, but I think the idea was to actually leave extra space in case I need to make more stuff out here. So we're probably going to have to swap to a new level, and I've actually kind of just found a little bit of a technicality that is a bit of an issue. How are we going to solve that now? Because the thing is, I need to put stairs here, and I've got a conveyor belt here. Not quite sure how to solve that issue currently. Because we are pulling in resources right here from a conveyor. Like, the only thing we could do is pull this thing all the way around the other side instead, which I suppose would be an option, but we'll have to, yeah, I guess we will have to do that. That's kind of unfortunate, kind of annoying, not gonna lie, because, well, I mean, in the end, this actually just takes us a whole lot more on top time than I would have really liked to spend on other things today. But we're going to have to go and fix that so that we can actually... I'm somehow trying to go through my inventory whilst through scrolling. But we're going to have to go and fix that so that we can actually move on to other topics today. So, well, let's go and do that. We're going to go and build like a huge wall around here. I'm going to close things off for the time being, and well, if we ever need any more holes in the walls, I'm sure we can put those in there after the fact. And then we're going to go and put some perpendicular wall conveyors right here, maybe a few ones in the middle right there. Then we're going to have 2 around the corner like that, and we're going to have like another 2 right here, and well, that's basically all that we need. Now we need to pull the whole thing round. Well, can't really no. Why? Okay, that kind of sucks. What we do now, I'm not quite sure. Where is this all connected to? Holy moly, that's a lot of things, isn't it? Yep, 4 things. Okay, gonna have to pull this down, to be honest. Gonna have to find the spot again that this was attached to, and we'll somehow pull this out a bit further. It maybe looks a bit more weird even than it did before, but this is gonna have to be the way that we do it. And then we attach this, we attach that, and we attach that, and that's all 4 connections used. Okay, so now let's train the whole conveyor belt thing again and get this out of the way ASAP so we can actually focus on some other topics, namely, of course, making some more motors. I don't think we're gonna be able to go and push the space elevator to the next level today just yet, while I have spent a tad bit of time off screen actually being in this world, and thus, you know, a few of those automated wiring looms have been produced. I think overall there's probably a good bunch more still required to be finished, so maybe we'll get a quick check going on what amounts of materials we actually need of what later today, but I'm pretty positive that we're not going to be able to actually get things going in terms of that just yet today. And I've got to pull down another power pole here, so I do kind of have to alter that. Another thing that I've actually sort of kind of noticed is that the cable production downstairs really doesn't seem to be quick enough at all to keep up with my requirements for the automated wiring looms. Like, we've got so many more stators in there than we do have cables, so maybe we actually want to quickly check back at that in a minute too, because if that really bottlenecks our production, that may mean that in the end, or at the end of the day, we will have to spend even more time waiting for these sorts of things, so that would not be too desirable after all, would it? So, anyways, for the time being, we're going to go and grab a new conveyor lift. The question sort of kind of being here, yeah, okay, I think we'll have to place that right there instead, and then we'll have to slightly sort of kind of remodel that conveyor belt a tad bit and get it turning like right there, yeah? Yep, beautiful, and that is the new connection going, and we're gonna tear down the Mark II conveyor belts up here for a quick second, because while we do have a bunch of reinforced iron plates at this point, you know, we don't really need to waste that material, and you know, I think it's still kind of useful to have, so we're going to quickly get rid of these here again, so we can reuse that at a later point. Now, these things here we'll have to actually proper pull down, so we can place some stairs up there, and let's make some new walls. You know, this mega factory is already enough of a Swiss cheese, not Swiss trees, so, you know, may as well make sure that we've got some walls. Well, why is this shader that messed up? I don't quite understand. That's kind of weird, not gonna lie, but okay. We're gonna put some walls up there, so we've kind of got a bit of a reference of where we want to go, and then we're gonna go and grab some more stairs, and let's go up yet another level. Actually, kind of insane, to be honest, how much we are growing the mega factory at this point. I think at the moment we're literally going up by like a level a day or something, so pretty crazy if you ask me. But well, on the other hand side, we're also advancing at those speeds with all of the stuff we are making and all the technologies and everything, I hope. So that is going to be nice in the very long run. Now, I don't quite think I've got all the concrete I need here to actually complete the whole factory floor, so we may, in a second, have to go a few floors downstairs to actually grab some excess from our concrete production for the encased industrial beams and reuse that. And I'll quickly do that on my own. I'll see you all back upstairs when we're back to producing. Alright, I wanted to actually quickly show you all this, because I thought that was kind of crazy. This whole production down here seems to have been halted for a while now, so I'm thinking, well, we've just got a lot of surplus on the encased industrial beams. We don't have an overflow here yet. The thing is, I'm making a ton of these at the moment. I'm not even quite sure what for. Cables, on the other hand side, you know, we need 60 wires a minute, technically, and we're not even close to that, are we? Wow, we've got 30, and we're splitting that across two. Question also being how much we use upstairs, but I feel like we kind of want to overclock this as soon as possible. We've got 30 copper a minute here, and we only use 15 of that, so we could at least double down on that, but I do have one power shard with me. Let's use that one at least. We also kind of forgot about that. Really need to look back at our power figures, because that, as far as I remember, was actually quite the issue end of last episode that we were really approaching that at a rather rapid rate. So checking back at this, well, the peaks seem to be about 70 megawatts off what we can do at max. So I am hoping that we can squeeze in at least like that one assembler that we want for our motors and get that producing, and after that we'll probably have to actually look at getting more coal generators going. Also, what's of course a new thing in update 4 now, which I also badly want to get going, is I really want to take care of having some power buffers, so that just in case we ever accidentally go across like the max limit or some other way run into issues, because we all remember, I think, holy Jesus Christ, that was close at this point. Wow. But I think we all remember those few situations I had where I ran out of power and then I had to turn on the coal generators 15 bajillion times in a row because they kept turning themselves off because they were not producing enough power for the pumps, and it was all kind of a bit of a big mess, and I would really like to have a bit of a buffer to avoid that in the future, and like in case for some reason the coal generators run dry, both in terms of coal or water, I can just go and get the power buffer on for a quick few minutes and help them catch up that way. So definitely also something on the list. For the start though, I want to actually make sure that we can go and make some motors. Now, in terms of the conveyor splitter down here, we will actually need a bit of a conveyor wall, and I hope that a one-slot conveyor wall will do the trick for us. Let's find out about that. This being sort of kind of in the middle, yeah, I hope. Looks like it, so we should, in theory, not have any issues. Let's get a wall conveyor going and place it the proper way around, and we will go and go to logistics, get a conveyor belt Mark II out there, and yeah, that is that part of the equation beautifully taken care of. Now we're going to go up and actually get that flowing in, and then we'll actually have to find out where in the world I'm making rotors, and, well, how in the world I'm going to go and get that into here, or up here rather, because I'm feeling that's going to be a long journey. I think that's probably multiple stories down below, and seriously, can anyone tell me what in the world is wrong with the shaders right now? Why is my factory... Oh my god, I nearly just fell off. Holy Jesus Christ, that was close. But why in the world is my factory like 5 different shades of orange right now? Or, well, that's more yellow than orange, honestly. Like, I don't know what in the world is wrong with the shaders, but that looks weird. Anyways, though, let's go and make another wall conveyor up here. Actually, it was the right way around just a microsecond ago, I swear. That was slightly annoying, but there we go. That is taken care of. And now let's go and get a Mark II conveyor lift going. That will nicely carry these things up for us. Especially if you totally fail the actual setup right there, but that is that taken care of. I did connect the splitter, right? So in theory, there should be things coming my way already? Maybe I messed something up downstairs. Let's double check on that. I've got the splitter. No, I think the issue just being that we are really slowly producing the stators. Which, well, for that thing right there is actually not an issue, because as I said previously, we do only need 2.5 stators a minute. And we're easily over-fulfilling that because we are absolutely lacking cable. Like, we're far off ideal production capacities right here. But I think this thing probably also not going at the max rate. You can see right here, we need 40 wires a minute. 40. We're making 45, and we're splitting that. So, yeah, really a bit of an issue. I was kind of hoping to put 72 in there, not 500, not gonna lie, but that works for a minute, I suppose. Gonna boost our output a tad bit. But yeah, I don't know, like, this whole wire, copper, blah topic, we'll have to actually take care of a bit more in the future. And look at this. The view from up here is actually beautiful. I mean, you know, things are not getting rendered quite as, in quite as detailed of a form as they maybe do downstairs, but, like, the view that you get, and the endlessness and everything, kind of nice. But with that said, actually, I don't need to go back upstairs. I actually need to go downstairs now, because we will need to find out where in the world we're even making rotors at. Now, down here, this is frames coming in. I think the frames are coming in from the same level that I'm making the rotors at, if I recall things correctly. This is steel. Like, this is going to have to be a very long elevator to actually get the rotors up, I feel. Is this the level? Adaptive plating. I think we need the... Wait, I think we need rotors for adaptive plating. This must be the level. Must be this one here. Yep, indeed. Okay, so... very short on screws here, I'll have to say. 60 a minute. Need 100. Wow, okay. Yeah, so also not quite ideal. Like, I don't know, we'll have to catch up on some of these productions somehow. The issue being that we will probably need a bunch of overclocks to even catch up on this. Like, well, this thing would need to be overclocked, and we are using 59 rods a minute. These being split, we're making 30 a minute, so we would need to overclock this thing further in order to push more into this thing right here. But also, this thing right here would probably also take more iron, so I don't know, it's kind of insane, and at that point we'll also need more iron ingots, which we'll also need to overclock that. Honestly, I'm kind of hoping that similar to the miner, there will be some upgrade for our production, not tools, but machinery eventually. That would be kind of nice, because otherwise I don't really know where to get all these overclocks in from. Now this conveyor splitter right here, we're half pushing into there and half pushing into the other machine currently, which only needs 2 rotors a minute, and we're all backed up on smart platings because this thing is apparently full, which is kind of nice, because that means we can theoretically now fully reuse, well, half of that capacity for our rotor, well, not our rotor, but our motor production, which is going to be nice. Now the question here being for me currently, cannot put a platform right there. I'm going to jump on this belt here for a second, or not. Ow. Okay. Let's try that again. We're going to let the belts carry us back up, and then in the meanwhile, we're going to see if we can actually put an elevator right there if there's something above. And it indeed seems to be the case that there's just 1 slot remaining for us. Perfect. So we would be able to put an elevator right there. That's a 2nd slot right there. The only issue being right now that this power pole right here is kind of sort of a bit in the way. The only thing it's being attached to, though, is this. So we can just quickly move that. What is wrong with the shaders, though? Do you all see this? This is so dark. It is not usually this dark in my megafactory at night. I mean, you know, it kind of sort of makes sense, given that there's no lights, no nothing in here, but this is, like, so dark. I don't even know if there is. Is there lights? Is there, like, lights that you can build? I don't think so, right? Unless I missed something. I wouldn't know that there's any lights in this game. At least none that I've researched thus far. So, no lights. Yeah, kind of sort of crazy dark. I don't know. I hope that we'll eventually get some lights, and I hope that you all can even still see something, because usually on YouTube things are always a bit darker than what I see, and what I see is already pretty bad. So, apologies for that, but that's just kind of what it is right now. We're going to pull this power line in a bit further, though, and we're going to get that connected. That's like the worst spot to put the power line, by the way. We're going to put the power line right here, so we actually have some space to put a conveyor belt, and then we will go and put another conveyor wall. Now, this way around is the proper way around, and we'll actually put some walls here too, because why in the world not? Don't have to make the whole building look like Swiss cheese after all, and we could probably even fix this here real quick. Well, except for that part. So, that's nice, that's beautiful, and that's slightly all closed off. We're going to go and actually pull out a conveyor right here, if I can actually see where to pull it out to. Because seriously, this is crazy dark right now. I cannot see a thing. That is insane. Okay, that's not far enough out. Gonna have to adjust that. You all know that. You all know that I have to make things look as straight and streamlined and nice and beautiful as possible. And there goes the conveyor belt. Get that out. Awesome. So, that is the rotor part of the equation then, and we should start seeing some rotors flow out here in just a minute when this machine actually makes them. Or not, if the machine doesn't have any power. Oh god. Maybe this power line was attached to more things than I thought it was. Whoopsie. Now things have power again. I totally missed that. I didn't even see it. And I had no idea. I mean, it's so dark in here, you can barely see anything. It's insane. But we're going to go back up. We're going to actually get another conveyor wall going. Then we're going to get the lift to the upstairs going to actually get some rotors coming in for our motor production. And, well, upstairs it's also going to be, hopefully, a bit brighter out because there's no walls and anything yet. But if they actually changed shaders like, oh god, oh no. Jesus Christ. I wish you could just put a pillar in the middle here or something sometimes. Like, sometimes it's nice to just be able to make it down quickly, but other times I nearly fall to my death, so that can be a bit scary. But, I don't know, like, if they changed the shaders in this way, I wish they kind of had any option to actually put lights somewhere, you know, but I don't think that's a thing at the moment. Christmas tree, by the way, is still out and glowing, and all our Christmas farm and everything. Everything's still there. I haven't taken a single thing down. Haven't really, I don't know. I'm not really too motivated to do so either. Like, we've turned everything off. Nothing's really using power, so may as well keep it in that state. It's not like we're a shortage of resources or anything, so that's for the time being just gonna stay Santa's Christmas farm off season. That's just going to be the way that all works. But with that said, let's put a wall conveyor right here. I think that must have been the slot, and I'm missing 3 iron plates. Are you absolutely joking? Maybe we're just going to quickly tear down this wall right there. And I hope that was not the only wall connecting this floor to the downstairs. No, it wasn't. Always kind of worried about accidentally taking those walls out and everything collapsing on me. But that should then at least mean that we can get this wall conveyor up and running. But we're going to have to go and grab some more iron plates soon, which I think I may have to go all the way back there to get that. So that may be a bit of a journey. But with that said, where's the conveyor wall? Oh, I think let's maybe get a foundation going that's a bit further to the left here, because we may not be able to see it due to the thing being so far down below us. I think that's it. Is that it down there? No, wait. 1, 2. It must be... Not quite sure, to be honest. I am really not quite sure. I feel like that must be it down there, like the wire is going through and all. I think that's it. We're going to attach that for the time being and see if we're being presented with... No! And see if we're being presented with some nice thingamajigs. No, I closed the walls up, I can't do that. But we're going to see if we're being presented with some nice rotors after then. But I'll have to go and grab some reinforced iron plates from all the way down there. Then I'm going to have to go all the way back up with those stairs. So, yeah. That's going to be beautiful. That's going to be beautiful. Sorry for that little hiccup, but... I'm not going to do that to you all, I'm only going to do it to myself, so I'll see you all back upstairs. Right, and only after like 10 minutes of a journey, basically, we're back upstairs now. So let's get that conveyor lift going, and hopefully that's actually going to be the stuff that we need. I can literally not even, like, I can barely see that thing down there. This is where you want to attach this. I think we're going to go and get the conveyor lift up and running, and that does look like rotors, so it seems like we've actually gotten the right thing. We actually need to count the stories of this thing eventually, don't we? I mean, this thing's insanely huge. I don't even know how many stories we've got in this megafactory at this point, but holy moly, has it grown ever since. And I mean, that's not going to stop anytime soon, so it can only get more and more insane at this point. But okay, now we've got, well, the rotors on the one side, the stators on the other side at this point, and I mean, Jesus Christ, that dude is literally... The dude is literally nearly up on my level. Like, seriously, I think we add like another 3 or 4 stories to this megafactory, and he's gonna start picking us up from there or something. Or maybe he's just gonna munch us, munch away at us. I don't know. I hope that's a friendly lad. Really not the smartest choice to build that thing directly down the down below the path that he always flies around, but hopefully that's not gonna destroy my megafactory once he flies through it, or you know. I kind of have the feeling he's just gonna glitch through the walls and pick me up. And then we're going to go on a merry voyage, and I'm not going to have any chances jumping off until we get back to the mega factory or something. Could be kind of great, could be cool, you know, content and all, but that does not sound like the most relaxing trip of my life, on the other hand side. But okay. With that said and out of the way, we've got the rotors up here, we've got the stators up here. In the next episode, we'll actually go and get an assembler going then, we'll get some motors manufactured, and I think then we'll probably look back at the space elevator and see what amounts of materials we need, and we're going to start working on that. Maybe we're going to get it going in the next episode already, the next stage. Maybe we're going to have to wait for one more, depending on how fast the machines are, so let's see about that. And then we've of course also got all the power still to take care of. We've got the power buffer that I want to build, and many other things on the list. So as always, a lot of things to look forward to, but for today, unfortunately, the time for this episode is already over, so I'm going to end it off right here. I hope that as usual you all enjoyed the episode. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below. That does always help out a ton with the video performance on YouTube. And if you're new around here and haven't done so just yet, also please consider hitting that subscribe button right down below, as well as the bell icon to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. But with all of that out of the way, as usual everybody, thanks so much for watching, and I hope I'll catch you in the next episode very soon. Ciao.